Well, Lisa Walton, how are you?
I'm excellent, thanks, Alex. How are you?
Great. And you are not just on the other side of the United States. You're not 3 hours away. You are where?
I'm in Sydney, Australia, which is 14 hours away from you.
I know it's kind of been a kick, everyone, because we we've just had we on our end we don't do time properly, okay? But I've got Lisa, yay! So, Lisa, I want to talk quickly about your show.
hmm
I loved it. I loved that you came over and you taught us cityscapes,
Yep.
and they were wonderful, right?
It was good fun, except of course, if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. And but the audience actually thought it was really cool, and that they said, "Oh, well, it's great that professionals can actually make mistakes as well." So
Oh,
I thought that was really good.
yeah, I think we left it in, didn't we? We did. I mean, it is what it is.
I haven't seen it, so
Well, I haven't
I've
either. So,
actually, yeah, I've actually had a couple of, in fact, quite a few emails from people in the audience who have written to me to say how much they enjoyed the show. And one woman actually wrote to me yesterday and said that I inspired her so much that she has entered a quilt into her quilt show, and she doesn't know if it's got in yet, but she wanted to thank me for giving her the inspiration. And that's just like, oh,
that,
thank you. It's just lovely.
that's it, man. That's as good as it gets.
Absolutely.
Now we were okay, everybody. Before we actually start Skyping and I record, I always talk to whomever I'm talking to before. And Lisa has an ambitious schedule next year. Why don't you tell us about it? Because you do teach globally, and
I
I strongly
do.
recommend if you can get a workshop from her.
Thank you. Yes, I have. In fact, in Australia, we sort of closed down from about November to February, but I've got a really nice teaching opportunity the first week of January, so that's a great start to the year. Then I'm coming over to the
Well, wait, whoa,
States.
whoa, whoa. Where in January?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's at the Sturt Summer School, which is really cool because it's not a quilting venue. It's actually an art venue. And they've
Nice.
invited me to come and teach my surface design for 5 days, which is so cool.
And
That's
where's it
I'm really
located?
looking forward.
Where's it
It,
located?
actually, near my home, a miracle. It's in Mittagong in New South Wales, which is the
Great.
state that I live in. And I was so excited because they don't ask quilters, they ask artists. So I thought that was really cool. Yes. Yes. I'm an artist, definitely. Um, well, my husband says I'm an artist, so that's good enough for me. And then I'm coming over to the state. Oh, sorry, no, before that, I'm actually going to Japan. I lead a tour to Japan every year in January to tie in with the Tokyo Quilt Show. And then we go wandering around doing textile things. So we do hands-on workshops of indigo dyeing, sashiko, shibori, stencil dyeing, and because I'm a foodie, I used to be a chef in a previous life. We also had a cooking lesson. So that's Japan for 2 weeks. And
So can I
then,
ask a question on that? Do
yeah,
people, okay, so like I live in California, so I fly over there and then we just all meet somewhere, and that's
we
how that
do.
works. Okay,
The tour's what's called land only.
okay,
So that's so we get people from all over the world. And
fun,
I've had people from England, from all over the States, from Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. And
fun,
it's still mixing, melting pot. It's wonderful.
right.
Um, And so, yeah, we all just meet in Tokyo, and then we basically live together for 2 weeks and just totally get absorbed by Japan, which is just the most amazing country. And this will be my I can't say it, sixth tour of Japan, leading people around. So I know it pretty well now, which is great. So that's end of January,
Okay.
going into February. And then in March, I come over to the States and I will be at the SAQA conference. And we'll talk about SAQA, I think, in a minute,
Sure.
which is the Studio Art Quilt Associates. And I have the honour of being the current president. And in fact, I'm not coming to the States because it's in Toronto, which is in Canada.
Right.
I'm the first non-American to be president of SAQA, which was started by Yvonne Porcella. And yes, I know, 30 years ago. So we all do that when we think
Yeah.
of Yvonne, amazing woman. And this will be the first international SAQA conference in Toronto, and that's in March.
Yay.
Yeah, so that'll be very exciting because I haven't been to Canada. And then when I come home, I think I have a few weeks at home, which will be really nice. And then I'm going to England, and I'll be teaching in England for about 4 or 5 weeks. And in the middle of it, I've been invited to have an exhibition at the Netherlands Quilt Festival in Groningen. I don't think I said that right. And so I have an exhibition there and teaching there. So that's basically me until end of June next year.
Wow,
So.
you got a lot on your plate.
Yes.
I mean, really, seriously, right?
It's good fun though.
It is good stuff. Okay, so let's talk about SAQA. If you haven't heard, well, wait, let me back up. So before we move on to SAQA, what is your website? How do we get this information from you?
All my information is on my website, which is very aptly named lisawaltonartist.com.
Very good. Okay.
Yes. I used to have a website, which was my business of selling hand-dyed fabrics and stuff, and I had to get a new website. And I said to a friend, I really want to be considered an artist, not just a shopkeeper. And she said, so why isn't the website called Lisa Walton Artist? And I went, oh,
point well taken.
So, and it's actually really great because now I have a gallery of my work on my website, and it's not just a shop. And so the tour information is there, my workshop information is there, everything is there.
And why is it so hard? Because you've said this a couple times now, and I am the same way with you as you. Why is it so hard for us to say, I'm an artist? What is the problem? We're artists.
I know. My mother kept asking me when I was going to start painting because to her, an artist was a painter. And I actually said to her, I actually don't think the world needs another mediocre painter. And I think I'm quite good at what I do. And I'm actually quite happy doing that. And she never actually considered me an artist. In fact, I still don't think she thinks I have a day job. But I wrote a book a few years ago with C&T. And I don't think it was till she actually had the book in her hands that she considered me an artist, and she could put that on her coffee table and tell her friends that.
And be proud.
And be proud.
And be proud.
I used to have a day job. I worked for Qantas Airlines for 12 years. And when I finished doing that, we were going somewhere. And my husband, Peter, who we talk about in the show, who does everything for me, he just looks after me.
Yes, you are very lucky.
Yes. Was filling out a form. We were going somewhere and he was filling out the form, and he said, oh, well, you don't work for Qantas anymore. What occupation do you want me to put down? And I went, I don't know. And he said, I'll put down artist because that's what you are. And after that was it.
And I got news for you, everyone.
Yeah.
When you watch the show, if anything happens to Lisa, Peter's going to have people lined up out the door. So let's talk just quickly about SAQA. I'm very excited about what's going on this September.
SAQA is a non-profit organisation. Our mission is to promote the art quilt. That's it. We want to promote the art quilt. We do that with a lot of different ways. We do it through education programs, exhibition programs. I'm sure many of your viewers have seen our exhibitions at Houston and lots of quilt shows. We're now very, very into museums. We have museums and art galleries queuing up, asking for our exhibitions, which is just amazing. Yeah. And so we're a non-profit, so we need to fund these things. So our main fundraiser every year is what we call the benefit auction. And it's absolutely hysterical because we ask our members to donate a 12-inch square quilt. And everybody, Alex has done a quilt for us as well. And this year, the total is 445 quilts that we have for auction, which starts in September. It's amazing. We do it over, I think it's 3 weeks, so we batch them up. At the moment, if you go to the website, which is SAQA, SAQA.com, I think it's /auction. We can give you the exact link later. You can see all of them. or you can just Google your sort of do a search on your favorite artist, and it's just amazing the work. I mean,
Okay, I went and Googled it, and I am proud to say to everybody, I'm an artist too because I got something in it.
it's really it's so cool to see your work.
But everything's so different on it. It's just
yeah
different, you know.
What some people can do in 12 inches square is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just every year I really struggle because that's a size that I find tricky to work in. And
I agree.
It's just amazing. And it's like, how can they do that? We do it as a reverse auction, which is quite interesting. And don't freak everybody, but we start with what we call Diamond Day, which is actually a weekend. And all the quilts start at $1,000.
Okay.
And every year we sell quite a few at $1,000 because, frankly, there's an Alex Anderson there. There's really famous people have donated their quilts because the SAQA membership list is like the who's who of art quilting in the world. It really is incredible. And so we encourage all our members. There's an amazing quilt by Susan Shy, which it brings tears to my eyes. It's just incredible. So what we do is we offer all the quilts first up for $1,000. And I think that's for a few days. And then we start with batch one. So that'll be about a third of the quilts. So they start at 1,000, and then each day they go down 750, 500, I think is, and I think the bottom bid is 150. And most of the quilts sell, and we have raised an amazing amount of money. And not only that, people have their collections they buy an auction quilt every year. There are people that always buy, always bid desperately for a certain person's work. We have major collectors who sit around and actually they spend days and days looking at all the quilts and working out. And it's done manually. So our executive director, Martha Seelman, and her assistant director, Jennifer Solon, actually sit around and they take the bids, and the bids are done in order.
Wow.
Very exciting.
Wow.
And watching it grow is just amazing.
And then I want to throw out there too is join SAQA, you guys. Join it.
Yes.
And then you get all the information. You know what's going on. I joined a long time ago. I shamefully let it lapse. And then I redid it. Oh, Lisa, I'm so glad I redid it. I mean, you have the beautiful magazine. I mean, it's just really great.
Yes, it's wonderful. With the magazine, the quarterly magazine, the journal is a really good read. It's not how to make a sunbonnet suit quilt. It's how to approach a gallery, how to mount your work effectively, how to use social media. That's incredible.
It's really good stuff.
Yeah, there's a critique program that's just about to go to air to members, where they had interviews with amazing people on critiquing work. It's made me into a much better artist. And I think not only is it we're like-minded souls and you can walk into a room with SAQA members and you're just at home, it's just given me that confidence to actually think of myself as an artist. There's a group of us that joined, we sort of got together through SAQA called Cloth in Common, and that's another link that I'll give to you. And we do a piece every 2 months based on a prompt, and I'm not sure what you can see behind me, but there's a drought quilt that's hanging up behind me, and that was one of the Cloth in Common ones. And it's quite interesting because my quilts recently have actually started becoming a bit more social aware, whereas I used to just make pretty patterns. My last quilt, the topic was masks, and I had been reading again about sort of husbands killing their wives and all those horrible domestic violence stories. And so my quilt I did with doors, and some of the doors have blood running underneath them.
Yeah.
Because people don't wear masks behind closed doors. And I would never have made a quilt like that years ago.
Isn't that amazing? I really think a lot of social comment quilts are coming out right now, and And I go back to Yvonne for bringing the art quilt in. I mean, it's just fabulous. So people, I mean, not only what Lisa's saying, I concur, I stamp it, join, become part of this organization, because even if you're a traditional quilter, seriously, because it's all there.
It is. It
all
is.
Good stuff.
We have, as I said, like an amazing roll call of artists, but we also have student members, we have collectors, we have some amazing collectors. Marvin Fletcher, whose wife Hillary started Quilt National. Marvin's been on the board as long as I have, and he's currently our treasurer, and he is a major collector. And it's really quite interesting now because he is still collecting. And in Houston last year, there was not a fight, but it was just an interesting battle between Marvin and another major collector. I was like, oh, you know what?
This is great.
If anyone's been to Houston, we always have 2 exhibitions at Houston. We have, thanks to Kerry Bressenhan, who runs Houston Quilt Show. She used to be on our board. So it's not just, I'm not an art quilter, so there's no need to join. It's a society of people that are just really passionate about the art quilt, and that's really, really important.
That's exactly it. I mean, Carrie isn't even a quilter. She's a collector, so there you go.
Yeah, and she has often bought from our SAQA exhibitions at Houston, which is great. And there's the other thing that I think SAQA has given me is we mount about 6 new exhibitions a year. There's usually about 15 travelling the world at any time. They travel for 2 and 3 years, so tens of thousands of people are seeing your quilts. And I was blown away because I tried 3 times, and there's all these rumours that, you know, if you're on the board, you get in. We were at a board meeting recently where I got my reject notice, or my unsuccessful notice, about an exhibition, and one of the other board members checked her emails and she went, oh, me too. So, you know, they're blind jewelry. They're amazing. But after 3 attempts, I got into an exhibition called Dusk to Dawn, which premiered at Houston last year, and my quilt sold. I mean, I had a quilt that sold in Houston.
I just love it. You know what, Lisa, you're saying everything that all of us are feeling inside, you know?
Yeah,
so
it's wonderful.
Well, I want to thank you. So everybody knows it's like 4:00 afternoon my time, and Lisa, it's like 8:30 in the morning. And and next time we will check out the time zones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I will see you at Houston.
You will. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure and an honor to know you.
Oh, you too. Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.